study new chapter, that is chapter 3, Inheritance and Variation. Okay, what is the name of our chapter? Inheritance and Variation. Okay, first of all you should know what is the meaning of inheritance. Inheritance means the transfer of character. Okay, the transfer of character from one generation to next generation or from parent to offspring is called as inheritance. I'll give you one example. If suppose my eyes are black, okay, and my son's or my daughter's eyes are also black, means that black character, it has been transferred from me to my son or to my daughter. Okay, it means the character which is transferred, that process is called as inheritance. This inheritance was accurately explained by the scientist, very well known and famous scientist, Gregor Mendel. Okay, so what we are studying? We are studying about inheritance and variation. What is inheritance? It is nothing but character. Transfer of genetic information from one generation to next generation is called as inheritance. This inheritance term is properly explained by scientist Gregor Mendel. Okay, now we are going to study about Gregor Mendel. What is the reason why Gregor Mendel had got tremendous success? Okay, why his experiments got success? 5 reasons we are going to study. Actually many reasons are there, but here we are going to study 5 reasons. Okay, what is the first reason, Jesse? He did everything very carefully planned. His experiments were carefully planned and involved many samples. Means whatever he did everything very carefully and in a planned manner. Okay, and he involved many samples, means he took many samples and then he performed experiment. Actually no, Mendel had performed experiment with green pea only. With green pea means it is the its botanical name is Pisum sativum. So Mendel had performed many experiments, but by using the plant pea only. Okay, pea, in botany we use the term Pisum sativum for pea. Okay, so this is the first reason why Mendel had got succeed. Mendel had carefully planned. He did experiments with carefulness. Okay, with proper planning, and he involved many samples. With many plants he did the experiment. Okay, second is carefully recorded and results were mentioned in the form of ratio. What he did, he recorded everything. How many plants he is using, what type of plants he is using, everything is recorded properly, and he mentioned his results in the form of ratio. Okay, so what is the first reason? He did his work with careful planning and he used many samples. Okay, first reason. Second reason, he recorded everything, how many plants he had used and what, everything, everything he had recorded properly, and he mentioned his results in the form of ratio. This is the second reason. Third reason, he recognizes contrasting character. He is only the person who recognizes, who identify that in many plants or in an organism contrasting characters are there. Contrasting character means, if suppose this is one plant, it is having yellow color flower, another plant will have white color flower. Rest of the thing will be same. If suppose this is a pea plant, this is also pea plant, and whatever the different characters are there, those are called as contrasting characters. So Mendel is the person who identified, who recognized contrasting characters are there. Okay, third is factors are responsible for transmitting character. Mendel is the person who first time explained or suggested that factors are responsible for inheritance. See, Mendel only explained that characters are transferred from one generation to another generation. But that time, Mendel was not knowing about the genes. But he was clear that something is there which is responsible for transmitting the character. So to this something he had gave the name factor. Nowadays we are using the word gene for that. But that time Mendel had used the word factor, and what he had suggested or explained, factors are responsible for transmitting the character or for inheritance. Okay, last point, he introduced dominance and recessive. He is only the person who had first explained that dominant character is there and recessive character is there. Now what is the meaning of dominant? Dominant means the character which is expressed, and recessive means the character which is suppressed or which is masked. I'll give you one example. Suppose my eyes are black. Okay, it means in my body, suppose I have two types of genes. Okay, for eye color, I have two types of gene. One gene is for brown color eyes and another gene is for black color eyes. Okay, and if black color eyes are visible, it is a physical appearance is there in my body. If black color eyes are visible, means that black color genes are dominant genes which do not allow this brown color genes to express. So this black color genes are dominant, which is expressed in my body. That is called as dominant, and recessive means which is suppressed. This brown color genes are not appeared. So it means that character is suppressed. So Mendel was the first person who had explained about the dominant character and about the recessive character. Okay, so here we have studied 5 different characters, 5 different reasons why Mendel got the success. How you will keep this in mind? CCRFI. Okay, Mendel did everything very carefully in a planned manner and he involved many samples. Okay, he recorded everything properly and he wrote his results, or he gave his results in the form of ratio. Then he was the first person who recognizes the or identified the contrasting character in an organism. He was the first person who explained or who had suggested that factors are responsible for the transmitting of character, and nowadays we are calling those factors as genes. And last, Mendel was the first person to introduce dominance and recessiveness. Okay, so here we have completed about inheritance and what are the reasons why Mendel got success.